Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a story time. I just want to talk about how I lost my brother to gun violence. And this is actually going to be like a very tough story to tell because I really don't like talking about my brother. But I feel like you guys are my family now, so why not share my story, my life with my family? But yeah, it was when I was in high school, and oh god, this is gonna be tough. But yeah, I was back. It was back in high school, and I remember that day. I was hanging out with my cousin Keandra, and yeah, we was just hanging out all that day, not thinking nothing. I mean, we're kids. We just having fun. You don't think anything like this is ever gonna happen to you, and let alone your family. And so yeah, we was having fun, hanging out with some people that day. I ain't gonna mention any names, and yeah, it was supposed to be a football game that night at the high school, and we decided not to go. And so after we was hanging out with who we was hanging out with that night, yeah, it got later on in the day, well, the night, and so my cousin, she left me to go home, and I was at home with my mom, and she was in the kitchen cooking, like it was just a normal night. And yeah, so I remember my sister, my younger sister, she started to run in the house like just screaming, like Koya, Quisha, have y'all heard or whatever? It was like a rumor going around at the football game that your brother got shot. So we freaking out, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So my sister called my grandfather. I'm like going on Facebook to see anybody posting anything or see what was going on. I'm calling friends and family as well. And so people, we was hearing like he did get shot, he didn't get shot, he was dead, he was alive. Like we just didn't know what was going on. So when my sister got in contact with my grandfather, he told us he had got in contact with, because some people may or may not know, my brother, he was adopted. And so his mom, well, his real mom, that's what I'm gonna say, because she is his mom. My grandfather called her and asked her, did she hear anything? And yeah, it was true. My brother had got shot, and so we didn't know how badly his wounds were or how badly the situation was. So my granddaddy, he told us that we was gonna go to the hospital to see him tomorrow, well, the next day or whatever. We just wanted the doctors or whatever to do what they was gonna do. So of course I'm freaking out. I ran outside when I found out the news was true, and I just remember looking up at the sky. It was raining that night. I was just praying to God, like, please let my brother be okay. Like, I hope everything was okay. Hey, and I remember I ran back in the house because we had took a family photos for my granddaddy's birthday, and I remember running the house to get those photos because that was like the last photos we had, first and last photos we had together as a family with my brother. And so I ran in the house to get that, and I just was looking at him, and I was still praying, like, please, Lord, let my brother be okay. And so I remember going back up. Oh God, I can't even talk. Right back outside. My mom, she comes outside to check on me because she was thinking I'm like having an asthma attack or something like that. And I'm just still crying hysterically, like, oh my God, I hope my brother's okay. And next thing you know, we got a call back from my granddaddy, and he was basically like, we can't go to the hospital. My brother, he is dead. He was shot in the head, and they couldn't do nothing because every time they put blood in his body, it was like squirting out or leaking out or something like that from. But yeah, okay, the bullet, I guess when it went in, it circled around his head, his brain, so he was brain dead, and they couldn't do too much. So that whole night, as you can imagine, was just horrible. But we wake up the next day, it's still raining, we still crying, still sad. Of course, we didn't go to school. We had school the next day, but we did not go, of course. And we get a call from the principal asking us can we come to the school because everybody was like sad and freaking out and everything like that. So me and my sister, we decided to go to the school. I don't know what we could have done. I mean, just I was still shocked that my brother just passed away from the most horrible way possible. But yeah, so we went to the school. I remember people running up, hugging us, and telling us it was gonna be okay, and they sorry for our loss, and they was making banners and stuff like that. I remember like the hallways was packed. People, I don't even know if they knew my brother, but some people did. They was out in the hallways. The teachers was consoling them, talking to them, and yeah. So it was a very sad day that day. And after we left the school, we went to go visit his birth mom and everything. After we left her, we went to go see his adoptive mom, his mom, and I remember just asking for one of his shirts just to have, and it was just a very tough day. But he was supposed to be at a party that night it happened, or at a friend's house, and supposedly the guy who shot him was mad that my brother was talking to his girlfriend or something like that, and I guess proceeded to shoot my brother. But it was a whole bunch of rumors going around that my brother did it himself, which I don't believe my brother shot himself. I don't believe that at all. And I hate that we still don't know till this day what really happened. And, I mean, the police. I did hear that the police said they tried to like get fingerprints off the gun, but it was so many fingerprints on the gun that they don't know who could have possibly like shot him. Even my, it was just a lot. But yeah, when it was time for his funeral, we had it at the high school in the auditorium, and that was just another hard day to actually see my brother, and it didn't even look like my brother, y'all. His head was so swollen from everything, and I remember when we sat on the first row, and like you could see like right where the bullet entered his head, and just the bullet wound and stuff, and they had him covered because they didn't want anybody to touch him, and it it was sad. It was a lot. And, yeah, I remember all his friends, the Av boys, they wore jerseys, and it's hard to really talk about my brother, but I feel like I wanted to tell his story because there's a whole bunch of people out there dying from gun violence that it needs to end. Like people, our young men are dying for nothing. For what? Because people are too scared to fight. They rather pick up a gun than throw their hands. Like for real. Like people have family. Like why kill somebody over something so stupid? Why like I just don't understand. But yeah, I just, if anybody has lost anybody, brothers, cousins, uncles, sisters, just anybody who could have died from being shot or gun violence or anything like that, my prayers are with you because I really truly know how it feels to lose someone that's really close to you. I just wanted to go ahead and start this very first story time with this, get this hard story out the way before I start with the rest.